Well, I'm at that age now, all my friends are getting married, and married people forget how horrible it is being single. They love to call me and complain about their couple problems. Always get, "You're so lucky being single." I get home, my wife just starts nagging, nag. I'm like, "Hey, I have to nag myself." I get home, I'm like, "What time do I call this? Why don't I ever do the dishes?" Sometimes I think I don't appreciate myself. I haven't always been a comedian. I did some weird jobs. I used to clean houses, and I'll admit I was tempted to steal. I didn't steal because the Bible says, "Thou shalt not steal," but nowhere does it say, "Thou shalt not swap." I took a stereo, left a Walkman. Took a plasma screen, left an Etch-a-Sketch. As I mentioned, I am from Africa. I moved here 10 years ago. And immediately I moved here, I heard a lot of British people talking about the financial crisis, the recession. I'm from Africa. What are you maniacs talking about? You call that a crisis? If that's a crisis, where is UNICEF? Where is Bono? I have not seen one save the UK concert. You can tell me it's a financial crisis when there are planes flying over Birmingham tossing fish and chips out the window. It will be a financial crisis when there are ads on television saying this chav has to walk 5 miles a day to get a bottle of WKD Blue. And 100%, you have got a financial crisis when India starts opening call centers here. Can you imagine some poor guy in Mumbai calls his bank, ends up talking to a Brahmi? Thank you so much, Brahmi.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I am a new dad for the first time. But all I want to do is be better than my dad, right? My dad had no patience, right? Me and my best friend, Michael Murphy, after school every day, we'd play football on the estate. I had the parent who would ruin that game by calling me inside for something I didn't think was necessary. All you would hear, because I got African parents, right? My dad would shout like, "Kojo, come here." Now, Michael always had confrontation with my dad. He was like, Coach, what's going on, mate? Coach, you're a big man, you're 11. You go in there and you tell him that this enough's enough. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there was a little part of me that believed in Michael's spirit. But then I remembered he don't live in my house. So I turned to my dad, I said, "Dad, what's up?" "Go to the store and get me Ribena." Ladies and gentlemen, this is all I said. "Dad, can't you get it yourself?" It was 1 p.m., but it got dark real quick. The pigeons weren't even flying anymore. They came down to warn me. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have any jokes, I got problems. Have you ever been to a bank, right? Because I'm not really happy with the customer services that we get at banks nowadays, right? Have you ever gone into a bank? You've seen 4 available windows, 4! But there's only 1 person working. Yes. Then you get the woman that works there who walks past the queue and says, "Don't worry, she won't be long. Go and help her!" Why are you out here? You get to the cashier because it's your turn, right? They've now given the cashiers microphones, yeah? So everybody can hear your financial situation. I'm right here, I can hear you, right? And I'm already embarrassed about the amount that I need. So I was discreet, right? I was like, "Can I get £1.50, please?" That weren't enough for her. She had to talk into the mic and get into my business. "Sorry, sir, you need £1 to keep the account open?" I'm like, "Why are you shouting?" But I told you, I needed the rest of what was in my account. So I said to her, "Please, can I get that 50 pence? She said to me, "How do you want that?" I was like, "In silence." I was so frustrated that I rushed out of the bank. I rushed out to be greeted by the most creative homeless person I have ever met. He rushed up to me and said, look, mate, I know you're in a rush, but can I please get 20 pence to get something to eat? Ladies and gentlemen, I looked at him and said, you know where to eat for 20 pence? I said, mate, I'm coming with you. I've got dinner for the both of us. When you're broke, right, and you ain't got no money, there's certain things that you can't enjoy. Like a cab ride, right? You can't enjoy the black cab ride, you can't enjoy it, right? I went into a black cab recently, me and my mate, we jumped in. He was getting comfortable. Clearly, he's got more money than me. He was looking outside the window, talking to the driver. He fell asleep. Ladies and gentlemen, when you ain't got no money, you only look at one thing, the meter. The experience in a black cab is the most awful thing ever. They charge you before you even speak to the driver. You step in, $2.50. Hold on a minute. You sit down, £3. Hey! Let's discuss this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's got to a point where I don't even have a destination when I get into a black cab. When the driver says, where do you want to go? I say, take me to £5.
Very good.
My name's Kojo. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
So, Sky and all people, you all right? In case you haven't figured it out, yes, I am a stand-up comic. My name is Nabil Abdulrashid, and I am a Muslim, which is something... I'm not gonna lie, that's not the reaction I was expecting. I have to announce that I'm Muslim because people never seem to realize I am until it's too late. Recently, like, it was my birthday, right? So my colleagues found out it was my birthday. One of them was like, yo, fam. It's your birthday, can't say nothing, fam. Say nothing, fam. Man's got you, fam. Man's got a surprise for you, rude man. I said, why are you talking like that? You're Irish. And he said, took me out. Where did he take me? A bar for a cocktail party. I'm like, bruv, you know I don't drink. He said, yeah. I know you do the Muslim thing, but it's your birthday, rude boy. Loosen up. It's my birthday, so what next? Hey, Nabil, I know you have a nut allergy, but you see this peanut butter sandwich, fam? It's banging. Loosen up.
It's good, man.
Because people tell me I don't look like a Nabil Abdulrashid. Apparently, I look more like a Tyrone. Or a Marlon, or maybe even a Babatunde, you know, whatever. I turned up to a show recently, they wouldn't let me in. I turned up to the group like, excuse me, you can't be here. This green room is for a Nabil Abdulrashid. I'm like, no, it's Abdul Rashid. Yes, that's what I said, Abdul Shish Kebab. But I don't mean to offend you, but has anyone ever told you that your name sounds a bit Muslim? I said, yes, that's because I am a Muslim. He said, okay, well, at least tell me what the name means. I said, the name Nabil Abdulrashid basically means that my phone calls are monitored. Now, the annoying thing about being Muslim in 21st century Britain is you know the MI5, Prevent and Home Office listening on your phone calls, but they don't go halves on Nabil. They follow you on Twitter, they don't retweet. They follow you on Facebook, but they don't poke. Well, not on Facebook, they poke you at the airport. That's my time, man.
How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Make some noise. I was gonna drive here today. I realized I don't have a license, so don't worry, I drove anyways. I took the tube. I've got a love-hate relationship with the tube, you know? I love when it's empty, I hate when it's packed. Can't stand it. Fight people off for the armrest. You ever done that? You think, no, you don't. This old lady's strong. Oh my. Have it, Margaret, have it. Just have it. Some people do their makeup on the tube as well. Make some noise if you ever done your makeup on the tube. Legend. A couple weeks ago, I saw a woman, she was doing her whole makeup. A few stops later, she was a whole new person. I was so impressed, I started clapping. I was like, you know what? Yeah, you know. She looked down on me like, I thought, you may be a 9 out of 10 now, but you was a -2 at King's Cross, love. Yeah. Boom. Yeah. I walked off the train like this, in style, yeah. But on a brighter note, just recently my fiance gave birth to a little baby girl. Don't clap, Simon, don't clap. I didn't say the baby's mine, did I? I'm joking, she's mine. Pandemic baby as well, you know? Aww. Yeah, so we wanted to give her a fitting name, so we named her Pfizer, yeah? Yeah. I call her Faisha, yeah? Faisha.
Oh, he's very good.
Technology is moving at such a crazy speed, evolving crazy. You got the metaverse, you know, you got cryptocurrency. I still get excited about my contactless card when I use it. I do, when I use it, beep. I love the noise. I've got a jacket with a pocket on his arm. Sometimes I'll leave my card in the arm and I'll pay with my arm. Just to confuse the cashier. That'll be £19.30. Boop. Next week I'm going back, I'm gonna leave my card in my back pocket. I'll be £22.60. Boop. Yeah. Yeah. Then I walk off in style. Yeah. Who's in a happy relationship, make some noise? Yeah, me and my fiance have been together for years. And my friends ask me, how do you do it? How are you together for so long? Through the pandemic, baby. And I just say, find your woman that, you know, loves you, understands your flaws, and find your woman that has a good sense of humor. Just make sure those 3 women don't find out about each other. That's the truth. Yeah, but we don't really have issues. In fact, I'm like, the biggest issue we have is I hate when she would imitate my voice in an argument and it sounds nothing like my voice. I can't stand it. She'd come up to me, I asked you what time you're coming home, and you said to me, I don't know when I'm coming home. I don't sound like that. Yes, you do. What I do now, I've got a way to get her back. I imitate her voice back, and guess what? She don't like it. I did tell you what time I was coming home, and you said, well, make sure you come back at a decent time. I don't sound like that. Yes, you do. She gets angry. Get out of my face, get out of my face. I say, all right, I'll get out of your face, but how do I do it? In style. My name's Axel Blake, thank you.
I love older moms. Like, I like it when her kids just moved out. I can set up my computer in the extra bedroom, you know? I got married to an older woman. I got a stepson. It's cool being a parent to a kid that's close to your age. I call him Step Man. He drove me here. That's my step homeboy, man. And it's a weird dynamic if you see it. He's like 6'2" with chest hair. I don't have any, you know? Teenage boys can be gross. You know when they're doing inappropriate stuff on their laptop, because when you walk in on them, they'll slam it down really fast and then ask you some irrelevant question. I walk in on Step Man, he's like, who's running for Congress? I'm like, oh. Like, Step Man. I quit my job at the grocery store. Step Man's like, what are we gonna do for money, Step Mike? I'm like, hey, don't worry about it, okay? And I worked at this grocery store for a lot of hateful years. Why is it when you hate your job, they won't fire you? And now look, I worked in the worst department at the grocery store. Not the meat, not produce, not the freezer. I worked in the steel department. You familiar with the steel department, right? Self-checkout lane? I got paid to watch people steal all day. And people think you stupid. Like, you know when they're gonna rob you when they're bringing up their stuff, they always gotta look back up at you. They're like, boop, boop. This one dude tried to humiliate me, like I knew he was gonna rob us because I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. I'm like, just steal it. But he tries to play me in front of the entire store while he's ringing his stuff up. He makes the beat noise with his mouth. He didn't even do it right. Like, you gotta act this out, go all in, raise your pitch at least. He's like, babe. I'm like, the produce is not even supposed to make a sound. You're beeping unbeepable stuff. Hey, you guys, I'm Mikey Winfield. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll start with a joke. Seems like a good idea. Kids are the biggest source of joy you will ever have. Trouble is, they do tend to ruin every other source of joy you've ever had. So I hear other parents say stuff like, I'd take a bullet for my child. You know, would you? I'd take a bullet for my child, put it in a gun, and shoot her. My daughter's now 18, I can't believe it. So one of those teenagers wears tons of makeup, you know, she makes RuPaul look like a trucker. The whole pandemic was kicking off, and I did what many people did here, which was to spend the next 2 years fairly drunk. I need a drink. Oh, it's only 5:30. Better wait till 6 o'clock. All right, 5:45, I'm opening the drink. 6 o'clock, woof. All right, new plan. One more at 6:30, another one at 7, and then I will get up and make my daughter some breakfast. So a couple of years ago, I had a stroke. That's what happened. People don't always believe me because I perhaps don't look like a stroke survivor to you, but what you fail to appreciate is I'm actually 23. I do a lot of work for the Stroke Association for obvious reasons. They asked me to do a benefit gig. Now, you would think as a 2-time stroke survivor, as I am, you ought to be able to make jokes about surviving strokes to other stroke survivors.
Where's this going?
No. At one point, someone stood up and went, "Stroke victims have feelings too, mate." I went, "I know, but only down half the side of their body." So when I was in hospital, I was very heavily sedated, and I was wearing like one of those hospital gowns. So your backside is hanging out for some reason. Right?
Hideous.
The bum cape, as I like to call it. So there I was, heavily sedated. I needed to go to the toilet. It was quite late at night. I parted the bum cape, backed into the toilet, sat down. So far, so good. Were it not for the fact that there was already a blind naked man sat there. Now, I don't know if you've ever sat naked on another naked man.
No, never.
What you might expect is the person you just sat on to go, "Get off!" What happened was the most beautiful middle-class English thing I think I've ever heard in my life. You just went, "Oh, I'm sorry, who's that?" Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
So I moved in with my girlfriend recently, right? Now, like, things have changed with my girlfriend, right? No one warned me that my girlfriend was going to get addicted to Groupon, right? My girlfriend loves Groupon. She's addicted to the discount websites. That's the only reason I'm here, is to get rich. Because I can't deal with the phone calls. When she rings me up at work, she's like, "Babe, take tomorrow off. We're going alpaca trekking Swansea. £8 each." It's always the most random stuff, right? I wake up middle of the night, iPad lighting up her face. Nice to see you're finally awake. Thinking trampoline in Skegness. Complimentary glass of champagne, free foot massage, £3.50. Like, it makes no sense, right? I'm worried next year it'll be like a Louis Theroux documentary. The dark side of Groupon. Both homeless. I'm just sat there like, "Louis, it's gotten out of hand, mate. Been doing 4 spa packages a day. I'm clinically addicted to whale music." My girlfriend sat next to me, bald from head to toe. I mean, it was 90% off laser hair removal. I mean, it's too good a deal to be missed. Louis comes over the voiceover. "Unfortunately, Joshua and Harriet died by the end of filming. Skydiving in Luton for a £5. Thought the parachute was complimentary, it wasn't. It's a glass of Prosecco." My girlfriend loves a glass of Prosecco, right? And she always gets 2 types of drunk, right? First type of drunk, she's loving life, right? She's singing, she's dancing, she's got an Aperol Spritz.
Yes.
Because that's what she drinks now.
Yes.
She always dances like this. She's like, "One kiss is all it takes. Fall in love with me. Possibilities. One kiss is all it takes. Fall in love with me." She starts doing this head thing she learnt from Mystique, right? She's like, "One kiss is all it takes."
Fancy you on a night out. Fancy you.
Fall in love with me. Possibilities. no music playing, we're in a smoking area. But about an hour later, right, she goes 2 words, right? She gets reduced to 2 words. I turn to her, I go, is everything all right, babe? And she goes, chicken nuggets.
His timing's brilliant.
He's funny, man.
And her friends are the same, right? There's always that one friend, like mascara down her face, high heels in hand, just ready to go home. She's like, chicken nuggets. There's the friend kissing the guy, chicken nuggets. There's the vegetarian, I'll have chips. And chicken nuggets. I'll be Josh Baulf. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. My name is Orlando. I'm married, 15 years. You could hear it in my voice. There's a little essence of defeat every time I open my mouth. You hear it like every good husband. Listen, woman, you want to get gelato after this? Is that possible? She's a good woman. She got me into that show, Yellowstone. I love that show. Yeah, it's a great show, but I feel like less of a man every time that I watch. Should I buy a truck? I feel like I should buy a truck. For those that don't know, Yellowstone is a TV show about a cattle ranch ran by the bodyguard himself, Kevin Costner. Yeah, a man, right? The writing is great, the acting is excellent, but the visuals of Yellowstone are amazing. Yellowstone, the park looks amazing. So imagine my excitement when my buddy Eric invited me to his wedding. Where? In Yellowstone. Are you coming? Oh, I'm there. I've been watching the show. The second I landed, guys, I got it. This place was so beautiful, so majestic. I understood Kevin Costner. Shoot, I became Kevin Costner. By the third day, I was telling people to get off my land. Get off my land! Sure, it was in the hotel courtyard, but that's the way that I felt. I couldn't stop saying, go on, get. You go on, get. You go on, get from that cucumber water, sir. You've had enough of our minerals. Thank you. I drove out into the park. I'm a city guy, man, and I was out there in nature, unsupervised. I saw elks, the real ones with the coat racks. I saw elks. I saw bears doing bear stuff. They waved at me. One got a little bit too close. I said, you go on, get, Yogi. I told him. Here's a big one. I saw bisons. Those are real. I thought bisons were made up like unicorns, but there he was, a bison in the middle of the road looking like a bougie cow. Moo. I see you, bougie cow. I see you. I kept driving because they told me to go see Old Faithful. Old Faithful, for those that don't know, is a thermal geyser that shoots water and steam out into the sky from the middle of the earth. Allegedly, I hadn't seen it yet. When I got there, they call it Old Faithful because Old Faithful always goes off right on time, plus or minus 10 minutes. I read the sign. And Old Faithful did not let us down. It went off right on time, plus 10 minutes. It reminded me of me in my 20s. I was like, I remember when I could do that. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. I can't. I'm more like Old Dependable. Or Old Maybe Later, plus or minus 10 days. It all depends how my tummy feels. My name's Orlando Leyba. Thank you so much, guys.